The following fight is a special showcase bout. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. She is an MMA specialist and stands 5 feet 9 inches tall. She weighed in officially at 164.6 pounds and holds a record of 1 win and 2 losses. Fighting out of Boca Raton, Florida, Kelsey DeSantis. And her opponent fighting out of the red corner. She stands 5 feet 8 inches tall and weighed in officially at 164.4 pounds and holds a pro MMA record of 1 victory and 1 defeat. She comes to the cage as a 2-time Olympic gold medalist and 3-division boxing world champion. Fighting out of Flint, Michigan, the GOAT, Claressa Shields. Your referee in charge, Kerry Hatley.
Kerry Hatley will oversee the action. Claressa Shields in the blue, Kelsey DeSantis in the black and white.
All right, ladies, this is what you work for right here. Ready? Ready? Let's go to work.
Right to the center of the smart cage, no touch of the gloves. DeSantis pokes out a kick.
This is interesting. Shields' footwork already is interesting, guy. Okay, now she's starting to move just a little bit, but she came out a moment ago and planted her feet.
I think that little kick attempt got her attention.
Randy, you and I both had Olympic fever. I mean, come on, we're looking at a 2-time gold medalist. This is something real special here in Shields, right in front of us.
This is the 3rd fight I've seen Claressa fight, and she is very impressive. Her willingness to put herself in some uncomfortable positions and something she's never done before is very commendable.
Showing the jab, so far hasn't committed really to anything. She did offer a kick attempt. Oh, nasty right hand, and now Claressa Shields is swinging away.
Fighting is all about range. She's got to find that range where she can get into those exchanges. Obviously, DeSantis is trying to stay out at that kicking range. Make sure Shields can't reach her with those hands.
Claressa appears to be deliberate in not pumping that jab as much as she had in the past. It's almost like she maybe saw this as an opportunity. There's another good straight. DeSantis has the clinch. She needs to do something with it here, Randy.
Shields did a nice job of framing off on the head of DeSantis and turning the tide and spinning DeSantis to the fence.
And Claressa Shields made a point in the fighter meetings to talk about this. She says it's not just stand-up and not just groundwork. There's a 3rd fight in mixed martial arts that she had to learn about, and that was this: clinch work, cage work. It can be incredibly exhausting, and knowing what to do here is something that she prides herself on learning.
Good defense by
Kelsey
Claressa.
DeSantis tried to step across. Shields negates it. Oh, and now throws a left hand up over the guard, offering some knees. Let's hear from Big John McCarthy. We haven't checked in with Big John. Big John, it's a totally different rule set for Claressa Shields. Is she adapting well in her 3rd fight?
I think she's adapting beautifully. You don't see boxers going to MMA. You see MMA fighters going to boxing because that's part of what they train in. But right here is where Claressa Shields is in a position where boxers never want to be. Take a look where she's at and look at she's calm. That's the most important thing. Take your time, think yourself out of the position, and get yourself back to your feet.
She's got the right side underhook, well, left side, correct side underhook, I should say. Her left underhook under Kelsey DeSantis, who now tries to work from the top.
By the way, in this showcase bout, there will be no elbows.
I do admire the calmness of Claressa. What's more surprising to me is that Kelsey isn't sensing the opportunity she has right here. She's not looking to pass from this position. I'm wondering if that's strategic or if a couple of those shots by Claressa got through and Kelsey's shaking the cobwebs. Either way, I'm a little surprised that Kelsey isn't looking to advance here. I would think this is where her and her team wanted this match to go.
It would appear that she could, if she wanted to, slide that right leg through to a full mount potentially. Now pushing Claressa Shields back against the cage right in front of her own corner.
Saw Shields in her first MMA fight against Brittany Elkin get fully mounted and stay very composed and find a way to work herself out of that position to win the fight.
Final minute of this first round, catchweight bout between Claressa Shields, who now is mounted. Kelsey DeSantis has 1 minute to work from this mount position.
And here again, Kelsey is being deliberate. She's taking a deep breath. John McCarthy just said, stay calm, find a way out of a position. Kelsey's doing the opposite. She's staying calm. Okay, she's doing an armbar.
Here's an armbar attempt from Kelsey DeSantis. She fell back on it.
Chris is pushing that toe. She actually wants to push the leg off of her head.
DeSantis does have some good extension, but maybe her hip's not quite deep enough on the arm of Claressa Shields, who now...
Claressa could just push up one more time and come
She's
all the way over.
Close to getting out of there.
Oh, that arm is bending a little bit the wrong way, but Claressa Shields refusing to tap. Now getting her legs involved, climbing over the head of Kelsey DeSantis in these final seconds of round number 1. Big threat from DeSantis.
Don't kick the face. Do not kick the face. Stop.
I'm going to
Okay, here we
guess
go.
you're going
Round
to
two,
see
ladies.
Claressa
Round two,
Shields
ladies.
let her
Let's go,
hands go at the start of this round.
One thing about Claressa that we learned in her first fight, those grappling exchanges tend to upset her a little bit as we open round number 2. Shields with right hand in the combination in the blue. Kelsey DeSantis is in the black and white.
Well, Randy called that one right. I mean, Shields walking her down as well. Look, I'd like to see Shields if she could fight her. I'd like to see her keeping Kelsey's back up against the fence. Every inch of ground that Claressa gives is bad news. Every inch she takes is very wide.
Nice sprawl.
Claressa, no jab at all. She led with a cross on that one.
Yep, straight 2, right down the pipe.
Randy, tell me about the mentality coming out for both of these fighters, because if you're Kelsey DeSantis, you want a nice body shot from Claressa. If you're DeSantis, you got Claressa Shields down where you wanted her, you got the tight submission attempt, and it bears no fruit. And if you're Claressa Shields, you got yourself in trouble and you survived. I mean, it's a different mindset for each fighter coming in.
I think we're seeing the warrior spirit of Claressa Shields here. She didn't like where she was at in that first round. She was going to come out now in the second round and change that. I've seen a little fatigue in DeSantis, a little hesitation here. She knows where she wants to be, but she's not working to get herself there.
And in these combinations, DeSantis starting to turn away when she feels that power of Claressa Shields. That's not something you can do often and get away with it against a 2-time Olympic champion in boxing.
Again, nice framing by Claressa. DeSantis trying to get where she needs to be.
Just misses with the big right hand. You can see the speed and power of Claressa Shields' hands. So far, Kelsey DeSantis able to avoid, though, the true knockout shot.
Shields back into the center. DeSantis back into the cage. DeSantis wants to use that fence and try and trap her, and try and catch her and knock her down, trip her again. Shields backing her out into the striking.
I think Shields has surprised herself a couple of times. She's connected and almost not gone with the flurry. But I also have to admire that patience. When she dipped to the body, she came back upstairs. She's doing what she wants to do. She's staying composed. That's tough. When he comes from blocking back, another shovel hook to the body. Sean, you ever been hit one of those? Right there in the body like that? Oh my goodness.
I have. A time or two. I didn't get hit off in jail, but when I did, it hurt.
Yeah, Sean's head movement was amazing.
The right hand.
DeSantis taking him, boy.
There's another right hand that sneaks just over that guarding hand for Kelsey DeSantis.
There's
But
the
now-
body lock.
And once again, DeSantis, with 2 minutes left, able to drag Claressa Shields down. But for how long?
She's going to have to do something with it. By the way, these
Back to her
judges
feet.
are not going to give her a round. I know we got 2 minutes left, but the force, they're not going to give her a round just for position.
Nice hand control by Shields.
Did some real
Doing a good
damage.
job to stand back up. She's trying to use that hand control to turn and face her opponent.
Kelsey DeSantis hanging heavy on the back, taking some deep breaths here. A lot of fatigue showing. 2 minutes left-ish in round number 2. Kelsey DeSantis is in the black and white. Claressa Shields is in the blue. And immediately on the separation, offers a right hand and a left hook.
Well, you can tell Claressa Shields did a lot of work on the cage because she's really done some great things. Framing, scrambling out of some positions.
Kelsey's a little high for my liking on her grappling attempts. A lot of stuff has been up around the head or the neck, even the shoulders. You need to see her down to those hips or lower. I can live with the thighs and the hamstrings, but she's got to get a little bit lower on the body to control our Olympic champion.
As you talk about control, you see Claressa Shields there. She grabbed the wrist of Kelsey DeSantis to prevent the locking of hands.
Framing out again. Look for her to punch her way out of this situation. Framing the head.
Offers a knee.
She's turning into a mixed martial artist, guys, right before our eyes.
A little dirty boxing there.
Yeah, buddy.
Kelsey's conceding that position a little too easy. Kelsey really needs to push Claressa's back up against the fence and keep her own off. It's a bit of a surprise. This is a grappling realm, guys. It doesn't have to be on the ground to be wrestling. They're wrestling on their feet.
Shields on DeSantis' back now.
A little duck under into the back. DeSantis able to get out of that position quickly. Under 30 seconds here in round number 2. Feature bout here on our early card. We've got a pay-per-view card coming up. Champs versus champs. As Claressa Shields goes with the flurry and the body work again, this time with the right hand.
Oh, those body shots are hurting her.
And then the right hand came over the top. Kelsey DeSantis might be saved by the bell here. She wants to get Kelsey DeSantis out of here.
She's like, what's keeping you standing up? I've hit you with everything with the kitchen sink, and you're still here.
Round number 3 begins. Claressa Shields, the 2-time Olympic boxing gold medalist, in the blue. Kelsey DeSantis, the United States Marine, in the white and black.
Oh, a kick from Claressa. That's not something I would have expected to see.
And I like Claressa's idea of backing DeSantis up, but I'm a little surprised DeSantis is letting her. I'm a little surprised DeSantis isn't one, like she did in the first round, putting Claressa's back and shoulders against that fence.
A little advancing here from DeSantis, but she gets backed up with that right hand again.
On and off the track. Don't let her draw you towards the cage. Bring her back to the center of the cage. Twist your wiper and control the tempo.
Claressa Shields listening well to her coaching. Coaches said, don't let her draw you back towards the cage. They don't want that clinch work. They don't want that dirty boxing.
That's exactly what DeSantis is trying to do. Nice. Oh, boy, that was a big one, too.
On the separation, she just threw that short overhand right up, right into the jaw of Kelsey DeSantis, who eats it for lunch and dinner.
DeSantis is tough as an old leather boot. I mean, she's taking some real shots. Her face stays straight, man. She's playing poker out there, and she's got this straight face. I'm very impressed by that. Guys, I got to tell you, by the way, unofficial scorecard I'm keeping over here. I got this one apiece. This whole fight comes down to the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
Good left hand on the exit. You see the footwork. She adapted it for mixed martial arts. And here's a flurry. Referee looking closely. Kerry Hatley.
DeSantis is in trouble here. Yeah, and that body work in the first and second round is paying off.
Look at the disparity of the strikes as we look at the fight stats. Claressa Shields has landed almost 80 punches. Kelsey DeSantis registering 0 on the meter right now. Don't forget
Nice
about
double. Great sprawl by Claressa. Get carried away.
Kelsey, even to pull guard would be wise. And now she's controlling the hips a little bit. Kelsey DeSantis getting down to the hips.
After a nice sprawl from Claressa Shields, nice work by Kelsey DeSantis to doggedly pursue that takedown. They're not on the ground, but DeSantis in the good position here.
Nice hand work, hand fighting by Claressa.
But now DeSantis
Gotta be careful here.
mounted. Claressa Shields.
This is a tremendously important position, guys. As we have less than half of the final round, I think they're one apiece. I mean, it really is important. You're talking damage. I get that Shields is doing well, but DeSantis has enough time here to possibly sway this one back.
Well, you
Not
talk
sure
about.
if she's got the energy to sway this one back.
You made the point earlier. You're not going to get around just for position, just for control. After the first half of this round, where we saw Claressa Shields landing, if this fight is indeed tied on the scorecards coming in to round number 3, if you're Kelsey DeSantis, you have half a round to work and try to steal this round back.
She's trying to set up the armbar again.
I think that's too big of a risk, Randy.
Yeah, she gives up top position.
That's right. She's in mount. She's got the fence there. I think she's got a real opportunity to do some pounding.
90 seconds in round number 3. Feature bout on our early card. Pay-per-view card still to come. PFL champs versus Bellator champs. Super belts on the line.
Notice DeSantis is allowing Claressa to stay in this position or to move her head towards the middle. That's opposite of what she wants to do. DeSantis wants to drive that head of Claressa into the fence. That'll keep her for the rest of the night.
Randy, what's the advice to Claressa Shields in this position if you're in the corner with 1 minute left in this fight?
You see what she's trying to do? She's trying to go to an elbow escape there, but she's trying to do it with her hand. She's got to switch her hips, get on one cheek, and push that knee down and find a way to get out of there. If I'm her coach, she's going to spend a week in this position after this until she feels very comfortable getting out of this spot.
Made the switch to Murcielago mixed martial arts up there in Lansing, Michigan. DeSantis with 30 seconds. Still on top.
30 seconds, Kelsey, 30 seconds.
Pushing through some real fatigue. There's a lot of compliments I could give to Kelsey finishing this round here. Guys, I don't think she's done enough damage. I think she needs separation. Let those hands go, reach complete exhaustion, even in these last 10 seconds.
Yeah, I think it's too little too late. Just getting to the mount isn't enough to win her the round, in my opinion.
I don't think either of these fighters should feel overly comfortable that the judges saw this go their way. There's something you can't always trust. Andy Shepard has the official scorecards.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 rounds of action, we go to the judges' scorecards. Referee Brian Miner scores about 28-29 for Shields. Ben Cartlidge scores about 29-28 for DeSantis. And Mohamed Hadi scores about 28-29 for your winner via split decision, Claressa Shields!
Claressa Shields' second victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm here with Claressa Shields. Relief, is that the look on your face right now?
First, I just want to thank God. I want to thank Saudi for having me here. I want to thank the PFL. I had such a hard camp. Like, it's not easy what I'm trying to do, and I've been so respectful of the sport, and I put in a lot of hard work for this. And I'm just going to go back to the gym and work harder, but I almost got my arm snapped in the freaking arm bar. Had to fight out of that. I couldn't quite figure it all the way out the 3rd round, but I know I had a strong 1st round, and I definitely had a hard 2nd, and I won the beginning of the 3rd round. So I just want to thank Kelsey and her team for accepting the fight, and just want to thank my team, Mercy, Team Joaquin, Coach Justin. They pushed me so hard in camp. It was days in camp where I was literally holding in tears, and I was not considering going back to the gym because it was just so hard. But I forced myself to go back, and that's how I got the win tonight.
That was a very well-earned victory. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Claressa Shields!
Hey, what's up, guys? This is Francis Ngannou. Subscribe now to the PFL MMA YouTube channel.